Human life begins with a heartbeat, and when the heart stops, the life ends. So it's obvious that every person has to take care of their heart and the entire cardiovascular system. Let's have a look at foods that come to the rescue to support cardiovascular health and the foods that prolong human life. In fact, all the cells in our body must be nourished and provided with oxygen. This is one of the functions performed by blood, which actually is a liquid rich in oxygen and nutrients. It goes to organs and tissues through a wide system of arteries, arterioles, and capillaries, and then returns from distant parts of the body back to the heart, eliminating all harmful substances. Taking care of the heart and circulatory system primarily involves getting rid of some bad habits. Alcohol and caffeine abuse, along with smoking cigarettes, severely damage blood vessels. Also, they're adversely affected by a sedentary lifestyle, direct sunlight, and too tight clothes. Before we tell you about top 11 heart-healthy foods, make sure to subscribe to the channel to watch the new episodes on Big Progress. We are doing our best to create interesting content for you. Nutrition, of course, plays a very important role. Proper diet is an essential part of healthy lifestyle. It has a positive effect on the psychophysical health, acts as a factor in preventing heart attack and cardiovascular diseases in general, and prolongs human life. It's very important to be on a well-balanced, high-calorie diet. Excess calories, however, lead to excess body weight and obesity, conditions that impede circulation and strain the heart. Blood primarily consists of water, so the body must be well hydrated all the time. Therefore, it's important to ensure daily intake of at least 1.5 liters of natural or low-mineral water, herbal teas, vegetable juices, etc. The consumption of table salt should be strictly controlled, as sodium chloride damages the walls of blood vessels. It's necessary to reduce the consumption of foods rich in saturated fats, sausages, cheeses, eggs, butter, cream, lard, sauces, bechamel, ice cream and cakes, and simple sugars, common sugar, honey, jam, sweets. Bread and pasta may be present in the diet, but without excess. Eating foods rich in omega-3, such as fatty fish, olive oil, walnuts, almonds, hazelnuts, reduces excess blood cholesterol. More vegetables and fruits. Foods rich in vitamin C are citrus fruits, strawberries, watermelon, melon, hot and bell peppers, tomatoes, spinach, cranberries, Brussels sprouts, and parsley. Besides spinach and broccoli, brewer's yeast and wheat germ are also rich in vitamin E. Garlic and onions contain flavonoids that improve peripheral circulation. Cranberries are rich in antioxidant and anti-inflammatory substances, and pineapple contains bromelain, which has decongestant, antithrombotic, and antiplatelet properties. Infusions of yarrow, ginger, horsetail, mistletoe, thyme, sage, and rosemary are effective natural remedies that prolong life. 11 foods for cardiovascular health and long life. Blueberries. These berries are blue-black in color due to the presence of molecules called anthocyanosids. They strengthen the structure of blood vessels and improve the elasticity of their walls. Also, the substances are great for treating eyesight and microcirculation problems. Grapes. Just like blueberries, they contain tons of anthocyanosids. Also, they are rich in flavonoids, antioxidant molecules that eliminate free radicals harmful for the cells of the body, primarily for the walls of blood vessels. Avocado. It's rich in monounsaturated fats, which help keep the level of fats in the blood low. Citrus fruit and peppers. Citrus fruits and peppers are rich in vitamin C and polyphenols, antioxidant elements that tone blood vessels and promote elimination of free radicals. Pumpkin seeds and pumpkin seed oil. Pumpkin seeds and oil are high in vitamin E, which helps prevent blood clots by normalizing blood flowing. Omega-3. The omega-3 found in salmon and walnuts are the main good fats, with powerful anti-inflammatory and free radical eliminating properties. They protect the cardiovascular system and tone it up, which improves our health in general and leads to longevity. Garlic. Garlic is good for the heart. It has antibiotic and hypotensive properties, which means it lowers blood pressure and prevents blood clots. Ginger. Ginger is not the most popular spice, but it's beneficial for the health of many organs. In fact, ginger invigorates vessels, stimulates blood circulation, and prolongs life. Cayenne pepper. Just like ginger, it's a highly warming and invigorating spice that improves blood circulation, especially in the extremities. Chocolate. And here are some good news. Chocolate, and we're talking about dark chocolate that's at least 75% cocoa, contains flavonoids, antioxidant molecules, and small amounts of caffeine, which acts as a stimulant. Coffee. We'll talk about this drink in more detail and dispel some myths. Is coffee harmful for me? This is one of the questions that doctors hear most often. The answer is often positive, but actually, there are very few heart diseases in which coffee is contraindicated. Moreover, analeptics containing 1,3,7-trimethylxanthine are widely used in medical practice, but in fact it is caffeine, the main alkaloid found in coffee beans. Contraindications: nervousness, neurovegetative dystonia, hyperthyroidism, gastroesophageal reflux, gastric ulcer, biliary tract diseases and gout. In moderate doses, coffee does not affect the heart and even brings many benefits. To make coffee, you need about 5 grams of powder, which contains no more than 2% caffeine. Since only 75% of the substances from ground beans get into water, a cup of coffee contains no more than 0.1 grams of caffeine, and this amount has no noticeable effect. Caffeine stimulates the central nervous system, improves brain performance, reduces reaction times, and increases muscle strength. It also stimulates the heart and respiratory centers, so it's beneficial for most patients with heart diseases. Excess consumption of coffee can sometimes cause arrhythmia, tachycardia, and ectopic contractions, but coffee does not cause any organic diseases of the heart and blood vessels. A long-term epidemiological study found that there is no link between coffee consumption and the incidence of coronary heart disease, so despite the fact that many people believe that coffee is harmful for the heart and blood vessels, it's actually good for most heart patients. This myth arose from the fact that regular consumption of coffee can sometimes affect the composition of fats in the blood, triglycerides in particular, but these changes don't matter much, and according to some cardiologists, this is the fault of sugar, not coffee. Insomnia caused by coffee is a short-term symptom, and it depends largely on personality and autosuggestion. The importance of proteins, vitamins, grains, and starchy foods. Bread and starchy foods are often excluded from daily diet. However, it's wrong, as these products play an important role in providing the body with energy. These are sources of plant proteins and vitamin B1, which are beneficial to the nervous system and necessary for the breakdown of carbs. As they are digested slowly, they normalize blood sugar levels and create the feeling of fullness. Reduce your sugar and fat intake. The more sugar you consume, the more vitamin B1 you need, and protein absorption is disrupted by a lack of plant proteins. Avoid alcohol. Heavy drinking is linked to a number of poor health outcomes, including heart conditions. Excessive alcohol intake can lead to high blood pressure, heart failure, or stroke. Excessive drinking can also contribute to cardiomyopathy, a disorder that affects the heart muscle. Alcohol is a source of excess calories and a cause of weight gain that can be harmful in the long term. Salt-free diet for heart and vascular health. A salt-free diet is usually prescribed for patients with heart failure and hypertension. Arterial hypertension aggravates cardiovascular diseases and can cause dangerous conditions like myocardial infarction and cerebral hemorrhage. Hypertension is excessive pressure of blood against the wall of an artery. Salt increases the volume of circulating blood and thus increases this pressure. That's why it plays an important role in hypertension. There are 3 types of salt-free diet. A soft, low-sodium diet, daily salt intake of 5 to 6 grams. It requires avoiding table salt, as well as seasonings and foods rich in sodium chloride, like sausages, canned food, and cheeses. The consumption of bread and milk should be strictly limited. This diet is very often used in patients with mild cardiovascular disease and sometimes in pregnant women at the end of pregnancy. Normal low-sodium diet, 1 to 2 grams of salt daily. Just like the first one, this diet requires avoiding salt, seasonings, and foods rich in sodium chloride. In addition, some commonly used foods are replaced with analogs that contain significantly less sodium, for example, dietary milk and butter, unsalted bread, and biscuits. A strict low-sodium diet, daily salt intake of 0.5 to 1 gram. This diet is based on fruits, sugar, and rice. Most often, it is indicated to hospitalized patients, since it requires constant monitoring. Some long-term methods of treatment like cortisone-based anti-inflammatory drugs cause fluid retention in the body, which leads to puffiness. During such treatment, it's better to reduce the daily salt intake and adhere to doctor's recommendations. Remember that many medicines also contain salt, for example some effervescent tablets or some digestive powders. Many dishes like stews, for example, may be cooked without adding salt. Fried and grilled meat are still allowed. The no-salt regime is difficult and unpleasant to keep since all foods seem bland, therefore it's recommended to diverse the menu as much as possible. The dish should meet only two conditions: no salt added, no more than 120 mg of sodium per 100 grams of food. Speaking about table salt substitutes, their sodium content is less than 10 mg per 100 grams of product. These condiments are labeled sodium-free. Most often they consist of potassium chloride or glutamate, the amount of which is clearly indicated. However, there are also some types of food for which the exact sodium content is not mentioned on the packaging. And finally, a few more nutritional tips. Eat a variety of fresh, frozen, and canned vegetables and fruits without high-calorie sauces or added salt and sugars. Replace high-calorie foods with fruits and vegetables. Choose fiber-rich whole grains for most grain servings. Choose poultry and fish without skin and prepare them in healthy ways, without added saturated and trans fats. If you choose to eat meat, look for the leanest cuts available and prepare them in healthy and delicious ways. Eat a variety of fish at least twice a week, especially fish containing omega-3 fatty acids, for example salmon, trout, and herring. Select fat-free or skim and low-fat or 1% dairy products. Avoid foods containing partially hydrogenated vegetable oils to reduce trans fat in your diet. Limit saturated fat and trans fat and replace them with the better fats, mono and polyunsaturated. If you need to lower your blood cholesterol, reduce saturated fat to no more than 5 to 6% of total calories. For someone eating 2000 calories a day, that's about 13 grams of saturated fat. Finding a proper dietary balance is an important weapon in the fight against cardiovascular diseases. It improves the quality of life and prolongs it. That's all we wanted to tell you today. On this channel, you will find videos about the benefits of different foods, about diseases and effective methods of their treatment, as well as interesting information about housekeeping and gardening. So make sure to subscribe to Big Progress and ring the bell. Click the like button under the video and share it with your family and friends. See you soon!